What's up, dudes? So this is just a quick video of some cut testing with the new Civivi Sokoke. I usually do a cutting test very similar, if not exactly this one, when I get a new knife. Almost every new knife I get. This just kind of helps me get a feel for it, how it's going to cut, how it's going to perform. It's not like crazy, brutal testing, just some cutting of different materials, help me get a feel for it. So here I'm going through some pretty thick cardboard. I'll show you in a second here how thick it is. It's almost like double thickness of regular cardboard. And it sliced through quite well. I'm having to put a pretty fair amount of force behind these cuts just because it's so thick. I should have cut some regular cardboard too, so I could kind of compare. But I was happy with how it was passing through, for sure. Very comfortable handle. I'm going to cut through some magazine paper just to kind of see how the edge is after that quick cardboard. Still slicing easily. Some rubber tubing. This is just like hose material, basically. Almost feels like chopping up a cucumber. Real nice and easy. Just blasting through it, no problem. Most knives do well with this one. This rubber tubing isn't super tough or anything. If it was a dull knife, it would have problems, or probably really thick behind the edge, maybe it would have problems, but usually they do fine on this. This is more of a test to kind of see how it would be for food prep. And obviously there's knives that are better suited for meal prep, but this one would work. Another magazine slice, still nice and sharp. And this is just a shop rag that I rolled up and attempted to cut through. It was pretty difficult to get through all these. I had to put a lot of pressure into the cuts, as you'll see. First one was okay. This seemed to dull the knife pretty quick. By the third cut, it wasn't going through quite as easily. Had to make a couple passes. This one I had to kind of do a little bit of a sawing motion to get through it. And back to the magazine paper. It's actually still slicing. Not as well, but pretty impressive. Now this is the most brutal test. This is a really hard rope. It's almost like kind of plasticky. I'm not exactly sure what it's called, what this type of rope's called. If you know, let me know in the comments. But it is very hard on edges. It's very hard to get through. First cut, got through it. Second cut, not so much. Didn't get through it. Didn't get through it again. Didn't get through it again. I think I put it down on the wood now and just chop it. Yeah. The knife, I've done this test on quite a few knives, and the one that did the very best was the Vosteed Nightshade. I think because it's such a thin edge and full flat grind, and just the way that the blade is kind of canted downwards, it just traps the rope and traps the rope into the cut and just obliterated the rope. It was awesome. So action still feels exactly as it did before. Not much of an edge left, but it will strap back easily, as you'll see. This is just a leather belt. This is kind of my strap that I use if I'm not at my house. It doesn't work as well as the one that I have at the house with the correct compound on it, but it works okay. I was able to get the edge back fairly quickly. little bit of strapping. And let's test it out. Slicey baby. Slicey baby. The cuts are not as clean as they were from factory edge, a fresh edge, but they still sliced easily, strapped back easily. This is a great knife. Very ergonomic. I'm really liking it so far.